Hello investors and welcome to another 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. And well friends, it was a confusing week on the markets. And what do I mean by that? Well, on one hand we had a lot of M&A activity, which is certainly bullish. But on the other hand, we did have share prices declining, especially in the commodity space, the lithium and gold stocks, and certainly that has been a little bit unexpected since the Trump victory. But at the same time, it really could represent a great buying opportunity because by and large, the trend over the last number of months has been up. And now to talk about what really went on in the markets more in depth, Sean, what did you see?
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, confusing is a great word. Since Donald came into power, we thought that we'd have a nice rally, but it really has confused commodity prices worldwide. And our markets following that. The overseas markets, some of them are hitting new records, which makes us think that we should be doing a bit better here, but unfortunately we're just so commodity focused. We've seen a few bad news items this week in uranium stocks, and we'll take a look at that on the screens. Let's look at placements first. Another quiet week on the placement front. OneView Healthcare, ONE, they raised $15 million this week at 29 cents a share. The stock's trading pretty well at 31.5. Another biotech, ADO, they raised money at a pretty big discount. Greg, you follow this one, don't you?
Yeah, Antitech, an interesting company, biotech, and also a battery company where they make these specialty coatings. And again, Sean, it's these companies that have a point of differentiation where the share prices have been moving. When they raise money, the stocks tend to rebound higher.
And another biotech, Anatara, they raised money at a 21% discount. This one was a really small raise, $500,000. Live on a website, we've got Rhythm Biosciences. What is with the biotechs this week, Greg? Biotechs are just raising everywhere. Last price at 11.5, capital raise price 10. Your son just told me before I should take a look at it.
Yes.
So I will. I haven't had a look yet, haven't had time, but the bids are due on Monday. So I guess that gives me something to do on the weekend. Now, EEL, I don't know much about this, but what I do see is they've got a market cap of $1 million.
Wow.
So they're raising at 0.1%. They can't go any lower unless they do a consolidation, but they are doing a 2-for-1, and we are bidding into the shortfall. Another one I'll probably take a look at because when you see a 1 million market cap,
right,
I don't know, something clearly has gone wrong, but if something goes right, there's a lot of upside.
Yes.
VKA, they raised money at 0.9, and ATA, another one. I think that one was done at 105. Yep, that's right. And 60 million they did. BFX, we had them on the platform on Monday. Not much interest, but yeah, there's just a
specialty group of investors.
Exactly. So they raised money at 0.4, and yeah, let's take a look at the Iris. All right, Greg, there were some other raises this week. I'm not going to mention names of this one, but when you talk about loyalty, when you talk about being let down, when you talk about a lack of trust in people that you thought you trusted, when you talk about serial raiser, what else? Destroying shareholder value. Yep, that's what happened. What else can we take a look at when it comes to some negatives? PDN. Yeah. The whole uranium sector has not had a good week.
No.
Uranium prices are not strong, and a combination of bad news has really been tough for some of these. So Paladin now trading at a year low. If we look at the 5-year chart, it does not look good. And yeah, I mean, some hard news there for investors to digest.
And even Peninsula this morning, Sean, came out with a negative update.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. That's down 21%. Similar looking chart. It's hard because a lot of investors were confident about uranium. I was as well. Like this one as well. Lotus Resources is not performing well. They did a $130 million raise at 25 cents recently.
Right.
I was upset that I didn't get, but I bought on market and not doing too well on that one. Yeah, so let's take a look at some good news. Way to that, finally. Well done, Amos. It's great to see the stock going up. Amos, our mate. Yeah, it's this one has had a very tough start to ASX listing life. They were one of the market darlings when they listed back in the good old days. 27 cents, I think they hit a high. Yeah, and just under a cent, but wouldn't it be great to see it turn around?
Yes.
Yeah, what else moved this week? VAR. So they had a massive move on Wednesday. Well done to the boys at Wiro. They placed a shortfall there, and I'm sure have done really well. Yeah, not one I know a lot about.
Zinc. Yes.
Zinc, yep. AL3, let's take a look there. They are not doing too well after going up for the first half of the week. Yeah. CLE, they're a big mover, up 52%. So they had an MOU this morning with Vale. And yeah, I mean, anytime you see a big name like that with a $20 million market cap, the stock just goes bang. And yeah, I mean, CLE is one of those that have done a consolidation recently. And usually a consolidation, as you can see, it did put pressure on the share price, but
Right.
yeah, today it's performing really well. Let's take a look at ZEO, another one your son told me to take a look at.
Yeah.
So they have had
Wow.
an awesome week. Did your son buy, you think?
A little bit.
He did. Okay. Yeah, so they were at the Noosa Mining Conference. And yeah, we did have Ariella there this week. So hopefully a few of you saw her. But they have obviously spread the word pretty well about yeah, and ZEO is one that we'll definitely keep an eye on. So I think that's it for movers.
Yeah, Sean, I have a couple of questions here. Now that we're running in towards the end of the year,
Sure.
there's about 6 weeks left here. What do you see between now and the end of the year?
Well, what I was hoping for was a sustained rally. So I remember speaking about 3 weeks ago, there was heaps of capital raises, and I was actually taking a lot and making on every one. But now what's happened is it's exactly the opposite. There's not as many raises, and I'm taking them, but losing. So I don't know. The market's definitely turned in a way that we definitely surprised with.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, these lithium companies, uranium companies.
Yeah. What do you think about them?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to say they're cheap and to buy because when you see bad news like what we saw with Paladin and PN, it makes you skeptical and then you get worried about the other ones. And then that has a flow-on effect to the rest of the market. So I think overall the market stays strong, but I think in terms of small caps, it may be a quiet 2 or 3 months. But hopefully things start heating up as we all get back next year, and hopefully we have a strong 2025. We can all hope.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's the wrap. Hope you all have a great weekend. See you all next week.
Bye-bye.